Hey everyone, welcome back to Off the Beaten Track with Miss Drake. Thanks for joining me again. One thing I really wanted to say today is that I love when you guys send me your videos. It's fantastic. I love watching you guys do the activities that I've posted up and then sending your videos to me. It totally makes my day. I love that you guys do that. It's awesome. Please keep that up. This week, we are doing fitness stations. A lot of you have done fitness stations with me before, and they can be really fun. In this video, I've included my fitness cards for you. They'll be easily followed along in the video. I'm also posting them up on Google Classroom in the slide deck that we are sending out under Clever, and I'm sure the teachers will be willing to share them out on Seesaw. There's lots of ways to access this, the fitness cards this week. You can print those out. If you do, I like to put them in a circle or a square and then get some extra cardio in between cards. However, you don't have to do that at all. You can just keep your device handy and then flip through the cards. Each card is designed to be between 30 and 40 seconds long. In that 30 to 40 seconds, you should be able to complete between 10 or 15 repetitions. A repetition is when you repeat something over and over and over and over again, or do it over and over again. That's a repetition. In exercise, it's a really good thing to keep track of your repetitions. It's a great way to figure out if you're improving your endurance. We talked about endurance in a previous video. Endurance is how long you can do something. So if you can do multiple repetitions, it's a good way to track if whether or not you're improving your endurance. So the way this activity works is you're going to take your cards, whether it's on a device you've kept handy or printed out, and you're going to do each card for as many repetitions as you can. Again, probably 10 to 15. Once you finish those 10 to 15 repetitions, go ahead and move on to the next card. And once you've done all of them, go ahead and just stop. If you do each card one time, the activity will take you between 7 and 8 minutes. If you do the activities a couple times around, you can get a much longer workout in, up to 30 minutes if you really want to. You will notice in the card deck that I have included a box jump. You're more than welcome to try out a box jump, especially if you have them at home. If you don't have a box jump at home, you can try it out on a stair or a curb or a sidewalk that's a little bit high up. Just make sure that whatever choice you choose is a safe one. If you don't have a safe choice, just go ahead and skip that card and leave that one out. Once again, it's really important that you use good technique or good form. Good technique and good form allow us to build up muscle and endurance while still protecting our body from injury. In the videos, I'll do my best to show you with my own body how to use the correct technique. For those of you still building up strength or endurance for the full expression of the activity, I'll always include a modification that you're more than welcome to use. Now that we know what we're doing for the day, let's get started. Okay, starting out with sit-ups, we always want to start with our hands across our chest, our knees bent, and our feet flat, going all the way down and all the way up. If you struggle to come all the way down and all the way up, keep your knees tightly together and breathe out as you come up. Another type of sit-up you can do is when you put the bottoms of your feet together, touching over your head and touching in front of your feet. Make sure you make the motion a complete motion so that you are doing all the work. Moving on to a standard push-up, make sure your hands are under your shoulders, your feet are together, and your body goes all the way up and all the way down, touching your chest. Make sure your elbows are bending completely. An option for a standard push-up is a modified push-up. They are done on the knees, keeping the body in a triangle shape. Hands are still under the shoulders, going all the way up and all the way down. Make sure to keep your body flat and your head in line with your body. In a squat, make sure that your feet are at least hip width to shoulder width apart. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground and you can swing your arms for balance. Make sure that you are pushing through your heels and not through your toes. From the side, you should be able to see that your knees should bend to 90 degrees and your bottom should go nice and low. You really want to keep your back straight and your head up. If your body is falling forward too much and your bottom is not going down, the movement is incorrect. Lunges are next. Make sure when going into a lunge that your back knee goes all the way to the floor or the ground. Do not bounce your back knee. Touching it is enough. Make sure that as you come up, you are pushing through your heels to come up. Your body should stay upright and your head should stay looking forward. Do not use your hands to lever off of your knee. Instead, push more firmly through the heel. In a cross jump, you're going to cross one arm over the other and one foot. Open the movement and then repeat, only going the other way. Change which foot goes in front and which arm goes in front every time. In a ski jump, find a line to jump side to side over. You can do low jumps or you can increase intensity by doing high ones. A hamstring stretch is meant to stretch the hamstring, which is on the back of your leg. Make sure that your leg is flat to the ground, your other foot is tucked next to your knee, and that you are reaching with both hands. Do not use one hand as this changes the motion away from a true hamstring stretch and will only stretch your back. 30 seconds on each side. Make sure you do both legs. In a side leg raise, make sure that you point your foot towards your head. You want your leg to be perfectly straight and control the motion up and down. Don't just wave your leg up and down, but truly control it. Balance yourself on your elbow. Again, focus on controlling the movement and keeping your foot where the toe is pointed towards your head. A good morning is designed as a back extension or meant to work the muscles of the back. Make sure you really take the time to control the motion up and down. Keeping your hands on your head, don't pull your head down or up. This is a full plank. Make sure your hands are under your shoulders, your feet are together and touching, and that your body is perfectly flat and stable. This is not a moving activity, but a stabilized activity. You can move into a modified version of the plank by coming down onto your elbows. A standing quadriceps stretch can require some balance, so you're welcome to use an object, a wall, or a chair to help you balance. Make sure your knee stays next to your other knee and keep your foot behind your gluteal. Do not bring your foot off to the side, as this is bad for your patellar tendon. Hold each stretch for a minimum of 30 seconds and don't forget to do both sides. The key to a good mountain climber is to make sure that your feet come all the way up by your hands and switch every time. Keeping your hands under your shoulder, do the best you can to keep your head up. Find a rhythm that works for you and keep it going. In a jumping jack, start with apart and come back together. Each time apart, together completely. Find a good rhythm and keep it going. The faster you go, the harder you work. Running in place, you can challenge yourself by bringing your knees up very high. You can also drive your hands and push hard. A high knee skip requires you to do a step hop and change legs each time you do. Add in your arms for extra intensity. A pelvic tilt is designed to work your gluteal muscles and the small core muscles in your abdominals. Raise and lower your hips as high as you can while keeping your upper body unmoving. Leave your feet flat on the ground to help. To challenge yourself, raise one leg and again, repeat the up-down motion. Don't forget to do both sides. Make sure that your body is as flat as you can get it. Raise and lower each leg while keeping your stomach elevated and tight. Make sure to control the motion up and down. Burpees are the most strenuous activity in this card deck. The motion begins by going down, out, in, up, and jump. Start out slowly until you get the motion down and then repeat, picking up speed as you go to increase intensity. A helpful tip is to keep your feet apart as you go to the ground rather than together. This makes the inward jump easier. Don't forget to touch your chest, as that is actually what is required in a burpee. If you choose to add in a box jump, make sure you land both feet completely on the surface that you've chosen. I hope you guys had fun with this week's Fitness Station video. It was definitely a learning experience to make. I hope you guys' families are well and healthy and that you're having the opportunities to stay physically active and get outside. Again, it's great when you guys film those videos and send them to me. You can always upload them into the Google Classroom or send them to me by email. Finally, you can find our specialist information on Clever, and it's under SRE, which is really great. Miss Jensen did a bunch of really cool work to make that available to all of you. It's also in the Google Classroom, and some teachers are pushing that information out on Seesaw. No matter what, if you click subscribe in the YouTube channel, it will populate your feed with some of these videos, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Until next time, bye!